Uh, Good morning. My name is Kishena Wadhwani. I'm a Director of Division Scientific Review at HRQ. So first I would like to thank the organizer to invite me to attend this meeting. What I'm going to present to you is first describing our agency's mission. What kind of research grants that we are currently support, and describing briefly how we do the review of your application when it comes to us. I have no conflict of interest in whatever I'm saying here. And by no means my agency endorses what I'm saying. I have to say that because, for federal government. If you look at this slide, the scientific research spectrum ranging from basic science to clinical science and to applied research, or so-called health service research. And that is where we focus on and we support. The research related to health service research directly to community-based patient care, that is what we are interested in to support. So our missions consist of two things: to produce evidence to make healthcare safer, higher quality, more accessible, equitable, and affordable. And secondly, to work with the other agencies such as NIH or SAMHSA or CMS and even with the private sectors in order to make sure the evidence that you as a researcher find can be disseminated and can be applied widely and to be understood and used. Now, if you are interested in acquiring our funding opportunity, this is the website you should go to. It's called Funding Opportunity Announcement. And if you want to know what kind of the research that agency has been funding, the goal, this one, the goal database is the one you might want to take a look at it. If you click on the funding opportunity announcement, what you see is there's a list of recent current program announcement that we are interested and we would like you to focus on in order to do research. And we have money to support those. For the training, we also support the pre-doc, a pre-doctoral program, research, a postdoc, as well as the career development, or so-called CASE grants. And if you are interested in it, approach me, I will provide you with more detail on these training programs. This is the website. You may want to go into it in order to learn more about our agency, as well as to download the application. We use the similar one that the NIH use. That's the Form 424 research and related activity. The application submitted to us will not go directly to us, but go through the NIH, so-called Center of Scientific Review. And from there, they will forward it to us, and we will assign, based on the scientific area of your research, we will assign to the different study section, and I will describe more detail about that. And it will take around 3 to 4 months for the review of your application. And once we consider you are in top 50% of high quality research, we will recommend for funding to our leadership. And the decision will be made 1 or 2 months or 3 months afterward. If your application is not successful for the first time, you are allowed to revise and resubmit for the second time. And our data show that the successful rate for the resubmitting application double, around 40%. That means every 2 applications resubmit, 1 will get funded. So I encourage that to be considered. Now, how we evaluate your application, we focus on first the scientific merit, whether your proposal is significant, innovation, and originality, and how that could provide overall impact to the field that you are focusing on, and whether there's a program relevant to ARC, fit to our mission or not. And of course, we have to have money to fund. That's the most important one. So I recommend you, if you're interested in acquiring the funding from us, talk to our agency program officer. There are a list of the program officer responsible for each specific program area that in the website. You might want to take a look at it. And again, if you are interested in knowing what kind of the research we have been funding, go to the GO website, those listing the current funding research. Now, based on my 11 years at ARC, I have to tell you that most of the application that's not got funded fall into these categories. The lack of describing in detail AHIQ priority population requirement. You have to make a list of why you don't include or you do include certain group of priority population. The human subject protection, very important for us to pay attention on. So if you do not describe in detail how to provide the plan for the protection of human subject, that's a no-no. The common problem here is the flaws in the proposed methodology. So if you want to go to the moon, that's good. That's an innovation. How are you going to get there? That's what we are paying attention to. And it has to be unique to our ARC mission and priority. So I highly recommend you to focus and read the funding opportunity announcement that on our website. There are 5 core criteria that we use to evaluate the grant application: significant, investigator qualification, innovation, approach, that's the most important, how you go about and do the study, and environment, where you're going to conduct the study, whether there is enough support from the institution. You have to prove that, show us to us. The key here is you are not there to protect or to defend your proposal. All you have to do is just only 30 pages or 15 pages. So have to describe in such a way that our reviewer panel understand and be able to understand what you want to do. That's the key thing. We use, similar to NIH, the 9-score range scale. So score 1 is the top, no flaw, perfect. Score from 1 to 3 is considered as a high impact research. And that is what you want to be in your application. Because most of the application we fund have to be ranging on high impact range. Sometimes the application fall into medium impact, 4, 5, 6. But the program made recommendation for funding because it fit to our priority. So, but that's not as a comment. If you fall into a low impact, the score is 7, 8, 9, well, don't expect that we're going to fund those. So after we evaluate your application, you will receive the so-called summary statement, outlining and describing in detail the decision being made and what kind of the recommendation that the review panel evaluate your application. And that is very helpful. If you want to revise your application, make sure you read those summary statements carefully and respond to their concern. Because if you don't respond to their concern, and when you resubmit the application, there will be no consideration. So please take it seriously. There are several type of the review panel that evaluates your grant application. The standing committee, currently we have 5, depending on the research foresight, and I will explain more on that. And if there's a need for additional reviewer, we call ad hoc or temporary members. And if there are a conflict of application to one of those study sections, we may set up the SEP, or so-called Special Emphasis Panel, to conduct the evaluation of your grant application. In order for you to learn more about those, I list the website link there. Now here the list of the 5 standing study sections, focusing on different research area. I would like to pay attention on the study section number 5. That's XCRT. That study section focus only on evaluating the training grants, the R36 grant, the CASE grant, and the F32 and 31 grants. Here's the list of the detailed research foresight for each study section. I'm not going to go over it. You can find it in our website. The only thing I can say is even though each study section has their special emphasis on the research area, but we also allow certain degree of overlap. The reason is because if one application in conflict with one study section, we can assign to the other because of the certain degree of overlap in terms of scientific expertise. How we select peer reviewers? We select it based on the list here. Have to show that that person have a scientific expertise well known in the literature, has at least doctoral or MD degree, has a mature judgment, and have to work effectively with group setting, and have to have objective judgment in terms of evaluation of the grant. And we have to also require by considering adequate representation of women and minority scientists. And of course, you have to be interested in serving, because if you are not interested in serving the panel, there's no point to bring you in. So if you are interested in serving as a review panel, which is based on my experience, is very helpful. Most of the people who attend the review learn a lot about the inside, how we do the business, and in fact, they submit the application themselves and become successful. So I highly recommend, if you're interested in serving as a peer reviewer, contact me. And with that, thank you.